February 19, Army Camp near Vaucouleurs. This morning, I awoke to visions of fire and steel. These nightmares come more often now that I have seen my beloved France eaten away in years of war.
Age of Empires 2: The Age of Kings was first released 14 years ago in 1999, but was recently re-released as an HD edition, exclusively on Steam. Age of Kings is a real-time strategy game which focuses on constructing a huge empire over the course of 4 distinct ages, and using it to crush your enemies. You start most games of Age of Empires 2 with nothing more than a town centre and a few villagers, townspeople who are used to gather the 4 key resources in the game, as well as construct all of the buildings in the game.
The English could attack at any time. You have some walls already, but you should...
The resources gathered are used to construct buildings, create units, and can also be used as a diplomatic aid. For example, if an ally is growing uneasy by your presence and is considering an attack, a large tribute of gold will most likely make him feel more comfortable. By gathering enough resources and constructing enough buildings, you can eventually progress to the next age. Each age changes the appearance of all of your buildings and allows you to construct even more units, upgrades and buildings than you could previously. Progressing to further ages is essential to victory in most cases. The game has a number of different modes, which should keep any gamer busy for a considerable amount of time. The standard single-player game has a huge amount of customizability, allowing you to change everything from the game mode to the maximum amount of players. With the HD edition, the multiplayer options are better realised than they were in the past, with online play being easy and accessible. There are 18 different civilizations to choose from, many of whom have their own distinctive style of buildings and special hero units. Although this doesn't change the gameplay drastically, it's a nice stylistic feature which enriches the game in general. On top of the standard single-player mode comes a variety of different campaigns. There are 5 to be found in the standard Age of Kings game, as well as a further 4 in the Conquerors expansion, which comes bundled free with the HD edition. These campaigns each focus on a well-known figure from history, such as Joan of Arc or Genghis Khan, and follow key events from their military lives. There is a lot of game to take in here, with each campaign lasting several hours. Overall, the gameplay in Age of Kings holds up very well today, and anybody who has played any popular modern RTS such as StarCraft 2 will feel right at home here. Although the graphics have been updated from the original 1999 game, it seems as if the environment and building textures received the most love, with the unit sprites being left much the same way as in the original game. That said, it is not an ugly game, and the presentation is very clear and concise in general.
A blue wolf took as his spouse a fallow doe. They settled at the head of the Onon River to raise their offspring, and there were born the Mongols.
The story in the game is exclusively told through the 9 different campaigns, with the narrator in each mission giving you orders, as well as in a number of stylized slideshows which take place in between missions. These slideshows are extremely basic, and the most of the story will come from the narrators, who, for the most part, are very well voice acted.
The tribes here squabble like vultures fighting over the...
As the story is based closely on historical events, don't expect anything too outlandish, but it does serve well enough to present you with a variety of contextual scenarios. Age of Empires 2 was one of the first games I ever played, and revisiting it today with updated graphics and online support was a great pleasure. It's a fantastic game which I would highly recommend to RTS fans new and old. If you want to pick up the game, then it is available exclusively on Steam for £14.99 if you live in the UK, €18.99 if you live in Europe, or $20 if you live in the USA. As always, buying links will be posted in the description below. Cheers for watching, guys.